Good evening again, precious friends. Let's talk some more about restoring positivity, a positive frame of mind. You know, we've been we've been practicing being okay with not being okay. We've practiced being grateful. We have practiced giving up catastrophic thinking and catastrophic language. And now what we're going to do is we're going to think about adding a practice, we've added gratitude, we're going to add something else. The next thing we're going to practice doing is journaling. Now I know it kind of just feels like another thing to get done during the day. It just feels like another chore. Blah. And what am I even supposed to write? Well, relax. It doesn't have to be a daily Dear Diary sort of entry. What I'm referring to is negative things happen every day. And those of us who struggle with mood are, as I've said, hardwired to notice the bad things. That's just the way it is. And being hardwired to notice the bad thing, we're also kind of hardwired to allow the good things to just kind of pass by undernoticed. But in the same way that dwelling on a negative experience by, ruminating and cogitating on it and indulging in catastrophic thinking over it can drive that experience deeper into our psyche, so too can thinking about and cogitating on a positive experience do the same thing. Okay? Now, because it's very easy, as I said, for us to allow these small blessings to pass by unnoticed, what I have found is beneficial is to journal to a certain extent. Okay? As I said, you don't have to sit down with a diary every day and write an entry. But what I would like you to do is to incorporate that journaling into your gratitude practice. Hopefully by now, you have made it a habit to stop when you notice something positive and just give thanks for it in the moment, or to think back on your day at the end of the day and think about things that you're grateful for. Now, the next thing I would like to see you do is write it down. Just keep a piece of paper handy by your bed, or a little notebook or a journal, or you can buy really pretty hardbound journals nowadays for very little money. And it's nice to have a pretty little book to write in, and you don't even have to worry about handwriting or making it pretty or spelling or nothing like that. You just write. Or I understand not everybody is going to write. I happen to know people who have dyslexia or other kinds of learning differences that make it difficult for them to write and concentrate on writing. So for them, I suggest make a little video blog. Just keep a little file on your phone of videos where you just, talk a minute about something nice that happened to you. And it doesn't even have to be anything specific. You can say, I went for a walk today and I really didn't feel like exercising, but I knew it was important. But on my walk, I found this most beautiful little patch of flowers growing by the side of the road, and I just had to stop and appreciate them and pick one and carry it with me, and it smelled so lovely. Now, if you take a moment and the effort to stop and record that, and then go back and view it or read it again, what's going to happen is your primitive brain is going to experience that pleasantness all over again, pretty much the same way it happened the first time. And the more often you can do that for yourself, friends, the more those positive thought processes will actually etch themselves into your brain, very much the way the negative ones have. Okay? And as you concentrate on pushing these positive pathways deeper and deeper into your brain, and the more you concentrate on practicing these things, the more those negatively aimed pathways will become pruned back. All right? You grow the positive pathways, and the negative ones will naturally prune themselves away. All right? This is not woo-woo. This is actual science. We can see a lot of this happening in real time nowadays with brain scans. We know this works. Like I've often said, just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy. And sometimes you just have to do it even though you don't feel like doing it. But if you will make the effort and you'll take the time, it really does change your brain. And I want to tell you a story. My mother was a first grade teacher, and she taught thousands of children how to read and write over her career. And I remember her explaining to me one time why it was that she used certain methods to teach her classroom of kids how to write. And as a first grade teacher, one of the things that they would do is they would take their little pencils and their papers and they would write a letter, let's say A. They would write the A and they would say the letter A, and then they would say the sound that A made, ah, let's say. And the reason why they would do this, if she would teach them to do this, is because when you're writing the letter, your eyes are watching your hand write the letter, your mouth is saying the sounds, and your ears are hearing your mouth say the sounds. Okay, that means 4 of your 5 senses are engaged in the task. All right, and that means more parts of your brain are activated. And the more parts of your brain are activated, the more something sticks. Okay, wouldn't it be cool if we could figure out a way to get taste involved in learning to read? I think probably we'd manage to get a lot more little boys to practice reading. But anyway, you activate more parts of your brain, and this creates more of these positive pathways. So you stop because, of course, we've already created a habit of being grateful for simple things. So you stop on the spur of the moment and notice the flower, or enjoy the breeze, or a sunset, or whatever. And then you take a moment a little later on to record it. Talk about it on a video. Write it down on a piece of paper, however it is you do it. And then a little later, you take a moment to go back and look at your little video or read the notation you made in your journal. And your primitive brain will re-experience that pleasant memory very much the same way that it experienced the first one, that experienced it the first time. And more of your brain is lighting up because you have activated this sensory experience, the feeling of your hand writing, the vision of yourself talking on the video, hearing yourself speak. Okay? All of these inputs create impulses. And the more impulses, the more it sticks. Okay? So my friends, I would like you to connect journaling to your practice of gratitude. All right? And if something really, really fabulous happens, well, so much the better. The more fabulous it is, the easier it is to write about or journal about. And if you can get excited about something, that makes it stick even better. But the important thing is, friends, even if it's just, wow, I was so tired after work today and my bed felt so good when I laid down in it, even if that's all it is, just do it, because we are creating a new brain with positivity, and we are actually physiologically pruning back and getting rid of those negative pathways. Okay? Don't give up, my friends. I love you all. Start journaling, even if it's just a couple of times a week. I bid you peace, love, and meat, and good vibes. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.